Earlier you mentioned you did some adverts between films, but you've also directed a lot of music videos. One you directed is with one of my favorite bands that I obviously never got to see live was INXS. Now, it's no denying that even they would admit themselves they were a bunch of mad bastards. So,
Yeah,
have you got any
beautiful, beautiful mad bastards, all of them. They were all great guys, you know. Yeah, I only did one INXS video, which we shot in the middle of Australia, middle of the outback there in the desert, and we actually, it was pretty funny because they were at the absolute height of their careers, you know, they were really making it big, and so they, you know, we went out to the desert and they flew in. They chartered a plane and flew the band into an airport. So we literally met in the middle of the desert, shot this video, and then I waved goodbye and off they went. But we had some fun while we were there. One of the great moments in my experience of shooting music videos happened on that shoot, where we were driving in a bunch of different cars. You know, the band were in one car and we were in other cars, the crew were in other cars, and trucks and what have you. And somehow I ended up with it was just me and Michael Hutchence and a couple of the other guys in the band. I can't remember who exactly, but almost the entire band. But Michael was definitely there. And we walked into a pub in the middle of a town in outback Australia, in a town that was probably like a couple of hundred people. And, you know, one of the few stores in this town was a pub, you know, because every town in Australia has a pub, you know. And it was the middle of the week, but I guess it must have been like a school holidays or something like that, because we walk into this pub, it's completely empty. The only two people there are these two young girls, these two teenage girls, who are chatting and mucking around at a table, and they turn around and they see Michael Hutchence, who's like the biggest rock star on the planet, walk into their town's pub. And I think one of them was like a publican's daughter or something like that, which is why they were in the pub at such a early hour. And it was literally like if Jesus Christ had walked into the pub, which sounds like a setup for a joke, but I don't know, I can't think of anyone else. If God had walked into the pub, these girls could not have responded in a more over the top way, you know. It was quite hilarious, and so I, you know, being kind of like the nobody guy hanging out with a you know, someone who's as famous as that, you know, it's really fun to observe the way people behave, you know. But they were really, you know, the band was really nice. You know, they ended up sitting down and talking to the girls and having a nice chat with them and signing autographs or whatever they did. But it was pretty crazy situation, you know.